Have you ever wondered how ancient wisdom still shapes our lives today? Picture a time when the world was a vast, uncharted mystery, wisdom being the greatest currency. In the heart of this era, ancient China's philosophical traditions were taking root. Their influence would ripple through the ages, touching our modern society. A name stands out in this tradition: Confucius, a beacon of wisdom and morality. Confucius, a man shrouded in as much mystery as the wisdom he shared with the world. His teachings have influenced countless generations, yet he remains an enigma, a puzzle whose pieces are scattered across history. His life, his journey, his teachings continue to intrigue both scholars and laymen. Today we delve into Confucius's life, the man behind some of the world's most profound philosophical teachings. Born in 551 BC in the state of Lu, now known as Shandong province, Confucius came from a warrior family that had fallen on hard times. His father, a military officer of noble lineage, passed away when Confucius was merely 3 years old, leaving his family in a state of destitution. Life was far from easy for the young Confucius. He was raised in poverty, yet he harbored an insatiable curiosity about the world around him. His mother, a woman of unwavering strength, understood the value of education and did her utmost to help nurture his intellectual thirst. Despite their meager existence, they never let their financial struggles diminish their spirit. From an early age, Confucius displayed an extraordinary affinity for learning. He was often found poring over ancient texts, absorbing every word with a fervor that belied his age. His humble beginnings didn't deter him. Instead, they fueled his desire to learn, to understand, and to question. His early experiences, marked by hardship and struggle, shaped his worldview and his philosophy. Confucius grew to become a learned man, not in spite of his humble beginnings, but because of them. His early life was a testament to his belief that knowledge was not a privilege of the wealthy, but a right for all. Little did he know, his relentless pursuit of knowledge would change the course of history. Confucius embarked on a journey of enlightenment, seeking wisdom from the ancient texts of the Zhou dynasty. This period of his life was a transformative one, a time of deep introspection and intellectual growth. Through his studies, Confucius unearthed profound insights that would go on to shape his philosophical outlook. Immersed in the wisdom of yore, Confucius began to formulate his own distinct philosophy. He dissected the ancient texts, extracting the essence of their teachings and infusing them with his unique perspective. His philosophy was not born in a vacuum. It was a culmination of years of rigorous study and reflection, a synthesis of the old and the new. One of the key philosophical concepts that Confucius developed during this period was Ren, often translated as benevolence or humanity. For Confucius, Ren was the ultimate virtue, the bedrock upon which a harmonious society could be built. It was a call for compassion, empathy, and kindness towards one's fellow human beings. He famously said, "Do not do to others what you do not want done to yourself," a maxim that underscores the importance of Ren. Another central concept in Confucian philosophy is Li, which can be loosely translated as propriety or good manners. Li reflected Confucius's belief in the importance of rituals and traditions in maintaining social order. It was about knowing one's place in the world and acting with decorum and respect. The final concept we'll touch upon is Yi, often translated as righteousness. Yi encapsulates the idea of moral uprightness, the duty to do what is right even when it's difficult. Confucius believed that Yi was an essential quality for a virtuous person, a beacon guiding one's actions. These concepts, Ren, Li, and Yi, underpinned Confucius's philosophy. They were the pillars upon which he built his vision of a just and harmonious society. His teachings, encapsulating the principles of benevolence, propriety, and righteousness, would resonate through the ages. In his later years, Confucius served as a political advisor, hoping to put his philosophy into practice. As a man of wisdom and virtue, he believed that ethical leadership could bring about social harmony. In the tumultuous state of Lu, he served under rulers, advising them on matters of governance and ethics. However, his high ideals often clashed with the harsh realities of power politics. He found himself disillusioned by the lack of moral integrity he observed in those who held power. This led to his eventual retirement from political life. But Confucius was not to be silenced by mere retirement. He continued to teach, refining his thoughts and philosophies. His students, devoted and inspired by his wisdom, began to compile his teachings. This collection of dialogues, thoughts and sayings came to be known as the Analects, a work that would become the cornerstone of Confucianism. The Analects, a treasure trove of wisdom, offered profound insights on wide-ranging topics, from personal morality and ethical conduct to proper exercise of political power. One of his most profound teachings goes, "Do not do unto others what you do not want done to yourself." This, sometimes referred to as the Silver Rule, emphasizes empathy and reciprocity, a principle that forms the bedrock of ethical interactions even today. Confucius's teachings did not just remain confined to the borders of ancient China. His ideas spread, penetrating the philosophical landscapes of Korea, Japan, and Vietnam, shaping their societal values and political structures. Even today, his philosophies continue to resonate, offering guidance in a world that often seems bereft of moral compass. Confucius might have considered his political career a failure, but his philosophical legacy is far from that. His teachings have endured centuries, influencing billions of lives and shaping the moral fabric of entire nations. His ideas, encapsulated in the Analects, continue to inspire, challenging us to seek wisdom, cultivate virtue, and strive for a harmonious society. Though he may have considered himself a failure in his lifetime, his impact was far from insignificant. And so the legacy of this philosopher continues, echoing through the corridors of time. More than 2 millennia after his death, the echoes of Confucius's wisdom are still heard around the globe. In the realms of ethics, education, and governance, Confucius's teachings continue to resonate. His philosophy, grounded in the belief of the inherent goodness of human nature, advocates for moral cultivation and reciprocity. Today, these principles are reflected in our modern societal norms and codes of conduct, underpinning the values of mutual respect and kindness. In the sphere of education, Confucius championed the idea that learning should not be the privilege of the elite, but accessible to all. His teachings inspire educators and students alike, reinforcing the idea that knowledge is a lifelong pursuit, a cornerstone of our modern educational systems. Moving to governance, Confucius's vision of a just society where leaders lead by example remains relevant. His belief in meritocracy, in choosing leaders based on virtue and skills rather than birthright, echoes in the halls of power around the world. His philosophy, far from being confined to ancient China, has crossed boundaries and time, inspiring countless individuals and shaping societies. It is a testament to his enduring wisdom that the teachings of Confucius, a humble man born more than 25 centuries ago, continue to guide us in our quest for knowledge, morality, and social harmony. So the next time you ponder on the essence of morality or the nature of a just society, remember Confucius, a humble man from ancient China whose wisdom continues to illuminate our path.